What is up, everybody? Today we have a new video where I am going to unbox the Wave 8, Wave 9. I have no clue. The new wave of the Studio Series Transformers. And if you are not familiar with this is basically a line made by Hasbro themselves, dedicated to the Transformer designs from the movies. So as you can see, we have High Tower and Longhaul, both from Revenge of the Fallen, both Constructicons, and Drift from Age of Extinction. And as you can see, like I said, I found them at Target. I was just looking around, I saw them right there, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and get them. And so I remember I saw Long Haul and I was like, oh, I gotta go get him. So, after a couple days, I went back to the store and I found him, and then I found these two. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta go get these guys too. So I grabbed all of them at once, and here we go. Like I said, I'm gonna be unboxing them. And of course, I was really looking forward to these two Constructicons, because if you don't know, with these specific Transformers, the Long Haul, High Tower, and the previous ones, Rampage and Scrap, what's his name, Scrap Metals, Scrap something. They all have this cool little gimmick where they can turn into a limb of Devastator, and they can come together and become Devastator, which in my opinion is really awesome. Seeing the promotional art for it is pretty cool, and I can't wait to have all those figures. And so as you can see right here, we have High Tower, who looks like a weird looking, like, Constructicon T-Rex looking thing. It's a very, very weird design, I'll say. He never made it to the movie. I know, because I've seen the movie like a bajillion times when I was a kid. So yeah, this guy was never in the movie, but the one who was in the movie was Long Haul. And so let's go ahead and get him out. And I remember the Long Haul design was used for a bunch of no-name Decepticons, especially when it came to the third movie. By the fifth movie, they reused a similar design and called him Onslaught, which, I thought that was cool. And there he is, and this is actually kind of a big guy. It's surprising. I mean, I know a lot of the complaints that comes with the Studio Series line and recent Transformers, that they've gotten smaller. And to be fair, yeah, but even so, I mean, he might be shorter, but I mean, this dude is bulky. He has a lot of mass to him, which is, if I'm correct, very, very true to what the design actually is. He's a short character, but he's a massive character when it comes to weight. And here we go with Drift, who is actually somewhat of a favorite of mine, because it just, something about his design is just so cool. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, he's supposed to be able to turn into a car and a helicopter, but his robot design lends nothing, or it leans more towards the car, but there's little to nothing with the helicopter design. But that's kind of the cool thing about the helicopter design too, was that when he turned into it, it kind of looked like a helicopter with car parts for it, which was kind of cool on the character designers part. So here we go. We got all of them, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and cut away so that I can have all these guys out, and we'll be right back. Okay, and we are back with it, and look at that. They are in their little stand diorama things that the packaging comes with. These are neat little box arts that I do appreciate, because, even though I don't, of course, pose them with them, I don't think anyone really uses them. They're just a neat little thing to come with. Though, if this goes into the budget of Hasbro's figures, because I'm sure Hasbro, when they make these figures, they have a budget that they have to go by. If this goes into the budget, then maybe that's why we don't get certain accessory pieces. I wouldn't mind if at some point they take them out. But as it is, these are really nice. And of course, this is Devastator's. This is kind of for Devastator. I think all the Constructicons practically come with the same box art, where if you can see, Devastator is a shadow, which is a neat little thing there. And of course, Drift's box art. Hold on, they're very flimsy, so that's the only thing I'm not liking about these ones. But Drift's box art is actually of, I'm not sure what the landmark is called, but that canyon area from Age of Extinction, basically the Autobots reunite scene, where Drift, sees Optimus Prime and he's all like, there is hope after all, and he just, wow, I know I'm very childish, but no, I mean honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big fan of those Transformers. As much hate as those movies get, I am a huge fan of all of them. I mean, I don't care, I mean, I know people say, I know there's majority, all of them are bad. I know the other popular opinion is, either the first one or the first two are good, the rest are, trash, or the third one's good, all of them are bad, or what, so on and so forth. The usual tendency to be is, to be that the fourth and fifth one are the worst ones. I don't 100% agree with that. I actually really like the fourth one a lot, but and the fifth one, yeah, I mean the fifth one's alright, but I don't really dislike any of them. I like all of them. I mean they're crazy. They're over the top. They're a little stupid, but I mean, hey, well, a little. But I mean, look, I like them. I really enjoyed them. I mean, as a kid, I watched the second one. I don't even know how many times. To the point where as a kid, I probably could have quoted all the lines and everything. And I just again, I'm a huge fan of them. I love the third one. I think the third one's awesome. And anyways, off that, onto the toys, which what are y'all really here for? I'm not gonna transform them, but I just wanted to show these to y'all because these are honestly really cool. Now again, Longhaul, he is a bit on the short side, but then again, I think that is very accurate. And as you can see, what makes the difference between a deluxe and a Voyager? I mean, just look at the mass. This dude, I mean, yeah, look. He might be, only a smidgen taller than Drift, but he's still, I mean, he's big. He's a big guy. So, again, very accurate to the movie. Oh, and very accurate to this scale thing that they're kind of playing around with, where they're using the scale of the deluxes to scale with how the characters were in the movie. So if you don't know, Drift was kind of like on the smaller side, obviously, where Longhaul was on the bigger side. And then you have like, their Megatron and Optimus Prime, where I think those are scaled really well, where, and so on and so forth. And something I really like about this Drift, that a lot of people picked up on, I never picked up that drop kick, that helicopter drop kick, but if anyone doesn't know that, I mean, if you go to a Target or a Walmart, you're going to run into that helicopter drop kick, because no, I don't think anyone cares for that figure. It was for the Bumblebee movie, and I think they probably didn't have the concept. They only had the concept art, so they just went with what they had. But yeah, I mean, this figure is basically somewhat of a retool of that, because the legs are similar, and I think the transformation is similar. He transforms into a helicopter, so I'm sure they just went with the same thing, just like, but they heavily modified it to look like Drift from Age of Extinction. And in a way, at first I'm like, I don't know if I want the helicopter mode. He's a Bugatti, in the fourth movie. But in a way, this is actually the superior Drift figure, because he doesn't have the car kibble. He does have helicopter kibble, which, again, kibble is just something I've learned to live with it. Honestly, I think a lot of people kind of need to live with it, because when it comes to the Hasbro, just the affordable Transformer stuff, the Hasbro stuff, look, there's gonna be kibble. What the movies do to make these guys turn from cars to robots, at first they were trying really hard to make it seem plausible, but after a while, let's face it, it just got to a point where they could just turn like the robots into anything. And I'm not complaining, but that's a fact. Well, not a fact, but it's obvious that, I mean, because if you look at Drift from Age of Extinction, other than, a few car parts here and there, and even the Knight Optimus Prime, there is no way that those characters could have transformed into those robot forms, or from their robot forms into their vehicle forms. They had to use CGI magic to do that, and so and again, I'm not complaining, because honestly, I actually like the designs in the later movies a lot, but it's just something where Hasbro, they have to work their way around those crazy intricate designs into making them not only 100% accurate, but also still be toys, because at the end of the day, these are still toys. They're $20, they're $30, $40, whatever. So yeah, I mean, I have nothing against kibble as long as it's not too bad. If it's like the World War II Bumblebee, where it's like dangling all over the place, like right here, okay, yeah, that's a big deal. But then again, I actually do somewhat like that World War II Bumblebee as well. It's a neat figure. Not a great figure, but it still has its merits. It's still pretty cool. And this drift figure is honestly, I love the look of it. It captures exactly how drift looks in the movie, minus maybe the knee details or whatever. But whatever, you know, it's cool. I mean, so I'm really glad that they went with this helicopter vehicle mode because it allows him to be more accurate to the movie. And while yes, it would have been nice if we could turn into a car, I mean they tried it, you know, and it's I mean I don't know. I just feel like there's not an easy way to turn that car mode into this guy. So I'm very happy with the drift figure, and I like that. Hightower is something where just like the other one, I guess because he's a little back heavy. He has this little propeller thing that you can use as a shield, and I put it on his back. But another thing, something I don't like about the figure. Okay, so his little missile pod things. Okay, for one thing, they didn't have missiles hanging off him, but for another, these are supposed to be on his back. I remember the design in the movie, they're supposed to be right there. It's not picking up very well because he's kind of all black, and so it's kind of hard to see the details, but these things should be on the back, not on his legs. That's the only thing I'm not too keen on because, I mean, I don't know. Again, if they're shooting for accuracy, that would have been nice, but it's a small detail. Who cares? And with Hightower, again, just like the previous one, I believe it was scrap metal, something like that. This is a design that was not in the movie. I think scrap metal was kind of in the movie, but this was definitely not in there. And so Hasbro had free reign to do whatever they want. And I'm actually very happy that they decided to go with the concept. Instead of making some, you know, generic robot mode for him, they did go with the concept art. And even though the concept art, you know, again, the designs are something that's not really, you know, a lot of old school Transformers fans are not a big fan of. I mean, it's weird, it's crazy, but I like this. This is cool, it's funny. I haven't transformed any of these guys yet. I just took them out the box, but this is supposed to be like kind of the arm section slash thumb of Devastator's, like I believe left arm. So I haven't turned him into anything yet, but it's when it comes to his robot T-Rex mode thing, I like this a lot. This is really cool, and yeah, and then going on to Longhaul, which God, Drift, why are you so drunk? Going on to Longhaul, who to me it was kind of the main attraction because I really like Longhaul. I actually did buy the original Revenge of the Fallen Longhaul a little while back, probably last year, but because I literally saw pictures of this guy, I was like, I'll keep that old one in the box, and then I eventually just sold it, and here we go with the new one. And I was able to see obviously because the box was open window package, so I did see what the figure looked like, and I just gotta say, even though that old one is taller and whatnot and has the, you know, the feature of the, you know, the dump truck thing, you know, moving and all that stuff, I think this is a better figure, honestly. I mean, look, I know the 2000s, the Revenge of the Fallen line is a classic, and rightfully so. A lot of the best figures came from that line. I think this is still a superior figure. Articulation seems to be a little lacking. Some parts are a little loose, but some parts just seem really tight. Like his head is, like, you can move it up and down just fine, but when it comes to moving it side to side, it almost feels like it's not supposed to move, even though it is able to. It just doesn't feel like it wants to. The backpack's a little, could be better, but again, like I said, you don't really notice it from the front. I mean, he's such a bulky character that you don't even notice. It just feels part of the character. And yeah, I really like this guy. Yeah, I think the paint apps, I like the dark green. I just like the color green. So this character already kind of intrigues me. But yeah, I mean, I know the Hasbro, they released their new 2020 line, and I gotta say, I'm super pumped. I can't wait for Soundwave. I can't wait for, you know, their Bumblebee. I thought I wasn't gonna collect any more Bumblebees, but this one seems to have, you know, it seems that they've really worked their way around making it using a similar mold but still making it new. I'm excited for that. I can't wait for the triplets, the RC triplets, you know, Chromia, Alita, RC. Those guys, those girls, I should say, look great. And who else was there? There was other characters. I think they're doing Mixmaster, and I think I saw Scavenger, Demolisher, whatever the name is. He's coming out. I can't wait for those dudes. I just can't wait to put Devastator together. That's gonna be great. What else is there? I know that, so these guys just came out, and I think that Leader Class Optimus Prime is in the same wave, so he should be coming to Target or whatever really soon. I can't wait for him. He's been getting mixed reviews. I'll say my piece when I get him. If I make a video on it. But yeah, I really hope y'all enjoyed this. And go follow me on my art Instagram page, Giovanni Arts and Collectibles. That's where I show my art stuff. It's where I show my, like my collection. You'll see these guys on here. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this. And everyone have a great day. Thank you for watching. Bye.